Hello and welcome to day 9. I hope we're all still well and happy and healthy and surviving lockdown 9 days in the house without seeing anyone. It's got to be challenging for everyone really, I guess. So moving on from what we spoke about yesterday, I want to talk about some immune boosting foods. The first and the most important always comes up in every single one is water. Water is key. It helps to flush out toxins. It keeps us hydrated, as we mentioned in things in the past. Dehydration leads to depression, leads to bad mood, leads to a lack of immunity, leads to digestive issues. So please support yourself with plenty of water. And just moving on from support, make sure you support your liver. Okay, so obviously the most important things are to cut down on drinking, cut out cigarettes. I believe you actually can't buy cigarettes anymore during this. They're not considered essential. I wonder how many people you'd ask if they're in a house with someone trying to give up cigarettes or not right now in this present moment of time of isolation, if it's essential or not. But however, that's another story. So back to supporting your liver, kind of things like anything bitter is good for the liver because the liver is stimulated by bitter foods. Stuff like dandelion tea will help. But general garlic, olive oil, all those type of things will help support and cleanse the liver. But again, it goes back to what we spoke about earlier, is please do not try and detox or cleanse your liver without first cleansing your bowel. Please get in contact if you wish to know how to do that properly, as we don't really have the time to go through it in this short snip that we have to put together every day for you guys. So with your immunity, guys, the most important thing is to eat real food, okay? And that means cooking from scratch. Like nature gave us everything. Nature gave us carrots, apples, chickens, anything that you wish to eat. Pangolins, bats, it gave us them all, okay? But cook from scratch. Please remove all the processed foods from your diet. And this is basically to boost your immune system, is removing stuff from your diet more than putting stuff in. Obviously putting stuff in helps, but if you're not willing to remove what caused the imbalance in your immunity, well then little else will help. So please, process foods, okay? Foods that are processed, because you remove or you avoid the stabilizer, the chemicals, the additives, the colorants, all those nasty things that really go a long way to actually cleansing and supporting our immune system. Okay, moving on from there, good quality proteins is key. Protein is the most important nutrient we have, so good quality proteins are always going to be key. So kind of like organic chicken, organic beef, eggs where you can, okay? Organic when you can. The understanding that fat is not necessarily the enemy, okay? We've been led down a kind of a false road recently in the last couple of decades regarding that fat makes us fat. Fat does not make us fat. Refined carbohydrates make us fat. I think that's a very accepted fact in this day and age. Fats are an essential part of our diet. If you look at the World War II ration sheet, you will see that it was mainly made up of fat, or whether it be butter or lard or oil or whatever. So, you know, there's good and bad quality fats. The good quality fats are coconut oil, olive oil, avocado. The bad quality fats would include vegetable oils, trans fats, any type of hydrogenated oil. Okay, they clog your respiratory systems, they lead to cholesterol, heart problems. Really, one of the leading causes of death in this day and age. So remember, fats are not your enemy, but poor quality fats are not your friend either. Okay, so just coming back, vegetables, key. They have everything that is required to boost and maintain and keep your immune system on a very high level. One of the key nutrients, although a lot of people don't really consider them nutrients, are vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals to me are the key to good health, and they come in copious, abundant amounts in fruit and veg, but they can be deteriorated or destroyed by heat. So again, try and get them into you as raw as possible. Another way to boost immunity is to eat local, and local kind of like, you know, local would mean seasonal, and seasonal is one of the real keys to good health. Nature again has provided us everything that we need on a seasonal basis. So kind of if it's cold, you're generally more likely to get hardy green vegetables, and when it's hot and dry, you're far more likely to get fruit. So nature knows what's going on, and it provides us with everything we need. But eating local, you know, kind of like it means that we will be eating seasonal food. There'll be less handling involved in the food, there'll be less spraying, there'll be less kind of like ways to keep it shelf stable for a long time. You'll also be supporting the local community, which will be key in this day and age. An awful lot of people are going to come out of this isolation really struggling for money, so it's maybe not a bad thing to support local farmers markets, small little local shops. I have nothing against any of the bigger chains of stores, but I think kind of like we need to start supporting our local people in our local communities. You know, kind of like your immunity is also based on your surroundings too, so make sure that you keep your house clean, in particular your fridge, get rid of all the rubbish stuff. So this is where like shopping becomes a huge key in basically keeping your immune system boosted. Okay, shop carefully, shop smart, and shop kind of like with the view of as little waste as possible. You know, let's be honest with ourselves. If we realize that we need fruit and vegetables, don't rush out and buy 16 boxes of fruit and vegetables if you know you're not really going to eat them. That's just kind of waste of your money, a waste of time, a waste of very good produce. In some ways it's somewhat criminal. So kind of like by, you know, in this day and age, we're not allowed getting out very often. Personally speaking, when I was doing my shopping, I bought for the day. I used to shop locally for the day, but that's not possible now. So maybe some menu planning will be kind of like important, so you know how you're going to use up your vegetables and your meats and your fruits. Obviously if they're dried or they got a shelf life, you don't have to worry so much, but again, coming back to immunity is based on real food. You know, so menu planning, become creative with your cooking. Don't worry about making mistakes. You all make mistakes in the kitchen, and I think that's where we learn most. If you ask some of the best chefs in the world, some of the best dishes came out of some of their biggest mistakes. Trying to avoid anti-inflammatory foods, kind of like again get color into your system, lots of greens, fatty acids, go organic when you can, supplement here and there when you need to be. I'm not the world's biggest fan of supplements, but sometimes we need to. Okay, you know, a supplement like CalMag, for example, at night time if you're anxious or you're not sleeping well, is a fantastic one. But again, just watch all the chemical laden kind of like supplements, and again, go for your supplementations made out of food. Other things to avoid in a big way is gluten. Gluten causes an awful lot of inflammation in the body, and it can cause an awful lot of cell damage, and worst case scenario it leads to celiac disease, which means our ability to absorb nutrients is very diminished. Foods that help with anti-inflammatory would be turmeric and green tea, stuff like that. But tomorrow I will get more into the foods that we should be eating, and maybe some 1 or 2 combinations of how we can eat them. Okay, so from me and my cat, we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe. Okay, bye.